Oh, and how's everybody doing today? My name is Cosmic Miner, and well, welcome back to something that's a little different than what you usually see on this channel. And today, we are doing a Minecraft mod showcase. And today, we just so happen to be doing the base metals mod. Basically, this mod adds in a bunch of different metals into your game, and a few new items. So, before we get into the mod, I want to apologize because I know I have not uploaded since Christmas, and the reasoning for that is, well, after Christmas I wanted to take a little bit of a break, so I took about a week, without recording, and I figured, I could just get right back in and record a few videos and it'll be good. But for some reason, when I came back, like, let's set that on real quick. My Minecraft it would not run very well. Literally, like, the fastest would be like 5 frames per second, which is not good. So I decided, in the meantime, why not make a mod showcase, which is not the first one I've done. I actually uploaded one about a year ago. So, yeah. Also, something else on the way that you have not seen in a while. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. So, let's get into the mod. So, as you can see, these metals are grouped into are placed into 3 different groups. These are basically just regular metals that you can find in the overworld. Oh, whoops. Place that. And all these, they're basic, like I said, these are very basic metals that can basically all be found on the periodic table. And these are alloys, which can be crafted by these different metals. And these are what they call fantasy ingots, I believe. Or fantasy metals. And these are just made up metals, and some can be found in the nether and the end. So, let's start with the basic metals. So, before, I should state that each one of these metals, basically anything that you can make with iron, you can make with all these metals. So, we have trapdoors, doors, and bars here, which are each displayed here. So, first off, we have nickel. So, nickel is a greenish kind of thing, and you can make pretty much all this stuff out of it. Then we have copper, and then we get the zinc. Zinc, that's part of the silver, that's not a zinc. Zinc doesn't have much. You can't make really anything out of zinc. Zinc is used more for the, for making the, gosh, I'm drawing a blank here. The alloys, yeah. It's used for making the alloys. Then here we have silver, and then we have tin, and mercury, which in mercury you get this thing that's called, it's actually called liquid mercury, which if you do something to it, I'll show you how to do that in a little bit, in that chest, you can actually place it and get liquid mercury. For some reason it doesn't do anything. Personally, I think it should poison you, but it's whatever. And then finally we have lead. So lead is nice, bluish ore and black stuff. Mercury is nice purplish ore. Tin, black, or it kind of looks like ruby or emerald, but black. Silver has white. Zinc is all tannish. Copper is orange, and nickel is green. Now, if we go to the other side, we can see the armor sets made out of them. And also, you can get a better look of the blocks. Block of nickel, copper, zinc, silver, and mercury doesn't have a block, and then lead. And we can also see these things called plates. Now, what plates do, plates can be placed on the sides of blocks, on the floor, or on the ceiling. And this is also to show that you can make a plate out of iron and gold as well. And then, okay, don't know if you guys could hear that. If you did, sorry about that. That was just a little message from Skype. Or not Skype, Steam. Anyways, so you can make, armor out of these. It didn't say which armor is the best, and I didn't go through it to see which one is the best. So, you could, sorry about that. You guys will have to kind of figure this out on your own. So you can make out of anything except mercury and, what's this? Zinc? Yeah, mercury and zinc. So, yeah, that's it for these base metals. Now, before I get into the alloys and fantasy metals, I'm going to show you some of the items here. So, first off, we have the crack hammer. Now, to make a crack hammer, you're going to need 2 sticks and 1 block of any metal. Now, basically, like I said, it's the same recipe, and just replace the block with a block of nickel or a block of anything you see here, and it will make the respective hammer. So I just went ahead and made a star steel hammer, which you will see star steel later in the review. So, the crack hammer can do a lot of things. Basically, its main purpose is to crush things. So let's get different things you can crush, and you can see what they make. So let's get all this. Alright, so now basically you crush things by throwing them on the ground, or just mining them. So whenever you see these ores, when you mine them, you will get the ore, then you smelt them into the ingot. But if you use a crack hammer, say on the silver ore, let's just jump into survival here. If you use a crack hammer on an ore and you break it like that, you get these things called powdered silver. And if you smelt one powdered silver, you will get one ingot. So actually, if you use a regular pickaxe, you get one ore, which will smelt into one ingot. And if you use a crack hammer, then you will get at least 2 powders of that material, which will smelt into 2 ingots. So actually, you get more if you use the hammers. So that's with the silver. Also, if you throw things on the ground and you click the block below it, you can see it breaks into stuff too. So blocks of stuff break into 9 powder, and then an ingot of something breaks into 1 powder. And then we have other miscellaneous things like sea lanterns can break into these prismarine crystals, bones break into bone meal, and coal actually breaks into something a little different. Coal breaks into what's called carbon dust, which will be important in making some of the fantasy metals and the alloys. So, and then we also got, prismarine and stone. So prismarine, of course, you get prismarine crystals, prismarine shards, and then if you do smooth stone, you actually get cobblestone out of it. So let's just throw those in there. And now, so with mercury, when you mine mercury, you get this. It's called liquefied mercury. Now, if you want to place it down like you can with water, all you have to do is you have to craft 8 mercury in 1 bucket into a bucket of mercury. And what you can do is that, like I said, it acts just like water, and you could just, let me switch back into creative here real quick. Game mode 1. There, and you place it down, and it flows just like water, or any other fluids. Let's do that. Alright, now, I also want to kind of show you guys this. I dug a hole down to bedrock just to kind of show where each metal lands, in the ground, about where it spawns. So here, you don't have to go too far to find zinc and nickel. It seems like they're on about the same level as coal. So now if we go down a little more, you see some silver, and then here's iron and lead. Lead is a little farther down too. It looks like lead is about the same as iron, and you go down even more, find some more silver, and finally copper. So it looks like copper spawns a little bit above bedrock. So there's that. That's just an idea of how deep to find these different metals. Now with the metals, I think we can go on to the alloys. So the alloys consist of bronze, brass, invar, steel, and electrum. So to make bronze, you're gonna need 3 powdered copper and 1 powdered tin. That will get you a bronze blend. Now, if you smelt the bronze blend, you will get the bronze ingot. Now again, you get the powdered stuff by either breaking the ores with a crack hammer, or throwing the ingots or blocks on the ground and right-clicking to get the powder. Now we move on to brass, which will get you. So to make brass, you're gonna need 2 powdered copper and 1 powdered zinc. That will get you brass blend, which again you can smelt into the respective ingot. And now for invar, you're gonna need 2 powdered iron and 1 powdered nickel. That will get you the invar blend. And for steel, you're gonna need 8 powdered iron and 1 carbon dust. That will get you the steel blend, which smelts into the steel ingot. Finally, you're gonna need, for electrum, 1 powdered gold and 1 powdered silver. That will get you the electrum blend, which once again smelts into electrum ingot. Now, here are what the different items you can make from the respective alloys. Bronze has a nice orangey color here, and then brass has a yellowish. Invar kind of looks like iron to me, and then steel is has a bit of a bluish tint. Then electrum is like a light yellow. So there are them. If we go around, we can see their respective armors and their plates, and you can see their blocks better. So I believe that's it for the alloys, and now moving on to the fantasy blocks. So for the fantasy blocks, or not blocks, for the fantasy metals, we have adamantine, aquarium, cold iron, mithril, and star steel. Now, aquarium and mithril are both alloys, which means you're going to have to craft them. Adamantine and cold iron can be found in the nether, and star steel can be found in the end. So, again, adamantine found in the nether. Now for aquarium, to make aquarium, you're going to need 2 powdered copper, 1 powdered zinc, and 3 prismarine crystals, which will get you an aquarium blend. Cold iron, again, find in the nether. And to mithril, to make mithril, you're going to need 2 powdered silver, 1 liquid mercury, this is where mercury comes in, and 1 powdered cold iron. That will get you the mithril blend, which again smelts into the respective ingot. Then there's the star steel ore, which you can find in the end. So this is what each of the blocks look like. Adamantine has a nice purple tint. Aquarium has a nice blue tint. Spooky noises, ignore those. Cold iron kind of has a light bluish tint. Mithril is a kind of more like a shiny iron-like. And star steel is very interesting. Star steel has kind of like a nice galaxy-like space pattern. I really like it, especially the door, because it's like has the round opening and stuff. So now if we go around, you can see all the armors and the blocks and the plates. So there. If I'm not forgetting anything else, which I don't believe I am, that is the base metals mod. So I hope you guys enjoyed this mod showcase. If you did, why don't you go down and visit the person who made this mod. I believe his name is DrCyano. So go check him out. The link to this mod will be in the description. So go show him some go show him some support. God, I can't speak. So again, if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like? Also comment to tell me if you want any more of these mod showcases. Also subscribe if you want to see, again, any more of these. And the mod showcase, or not mod showcase, modded survival, which will eventually come back once I find a solution to the problem. So yeah, with that said, this is Cosmic Miner signing out. See ya!